What's up, guys? Happy Father's Day. Almost Father's Day weekend. Today's Friday, no, Saturday, 12:52 a.m. So it's gonna be a late video. But since the last update, I think it was a week ago, I just wanted to tell you guys my thoughts on the market. So last week, just to recap, or since the last video, I put out an alternative count on the macro, which was the super cycle expanded flat count. So if I turn this on right here, so this is it. It's just an alternative, and I think it's unlikely now based on the total chart. Let me pull it up real quick. But yeah, I just think it's unlikely given how this looks. So if we zoom out, this is the total market cap on CoinTrader. On TradingView, it doesn't have the full history, but if you look at it here, I think it's a clear and evident 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it took 101 months, and usually it's gonna take about the same time for it to correct. So it's not looking good. It doesn't look like we're gonna start a new cycle until 2030. Yeah, I know that sounds like 8 years away. Are we even gonna be here for that? I'll let you know now. I will be here. So in regards to that, I think this is very unlikely, and I mean, it's still possible. I just don't think it's just as likely. So if we can go back, and before we can go to my primary account, if we just look at this, I mean, it's pretty clear and obvious that if you're breaking a 2015, a 7-year channel, usually what follows is going to be at least a 50% drawdown, and usually it's like 7 to 80%. So this is not bullish at all. This is bearish to me. It's clear. So with that being said, the macro count, just a quick refresher, or the primary. So it's nut top. So this is it right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cycle 1 is in November 2013. Cycle 2, cycle 3 was a blow off top in December 2017, and then we had this slow, like Garlic move up to finish cycle 5, which was a November high at 69K or whatever. And now we are in this, what I think is a super cycle 2 correction. So I wanted to look at some possible counts with you guys. So there was this one count, or let's go to the least bearish for now. Okay, so this is what I think is pretty clean. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 or A, W, X, Y, or ABC. It doesn't matter how you count it. And then I had it as this for now, a 1, 2, 3. It looks like a triangle, but it can be counted like a WXY as well. XY 4, and then we're in the 5th wave, a minor 5, or my new 5 of minor 5 of intermediate 3, and it looks fine. It's not invalidated. It looks nice. And then there was another. I thought there would be some kind of diagonal forming, but it looks like there's no diagonal as of yet. I thought it'd be something like this, but it's not looking as likely. It looks like just more of a regular traditional impulse. But there was a bearish count that I wanted to go over. But just to recap, this was like a standard traditional count where it's 1, 2, and we're inside intermediate 3. And if this is the case, then we'll look for 18 to like 16K to finish off, and then we have kind of a bear market rally for intermediate 4, where it should take us to around September, and then we resume the capitulation down. But I mean, this is discount came to mind when I looked at the chart invertedly. What if we put in a 1 2 1 2, right? So by that I mean this is wave 1. This is inverted, by the way. This is primary 1, primary 2, and then if we go down to the lower time frame, then you can count this 1 2 3 4 5. You can call that minor. This would be intermediate 1, intermediate 2, and then it's the same thing. So 1 2, and then we're probably finishing off intermediate 3. So it's very similar to the other one. And then we have this 4. The only thing is it's just a nested 1 2, right? Whereas this is not a nested count. This one is. So this is the most bearish case in my opinion, and it's valid. It's perfectly valid. And then if this is true, what are some targets? Let me just delete this. And the reason why I like this is because this nested count is the move is the wavelength of this intermediate one is less than this. So in my book, that's not a degree violation. It works, and it's more violent. So if this is the case, let's just say this is 1, that's 2, and this retrace is pretty shallow, so it's only 38.2%. That means we can expect wave 4, whenever wave 3 is done, to be around 61.8%. So like this, because there's a rule, I don't know if it's a rule, but there's a guideline of 100 where wave 2 and wave 4, the retracements equal 100%. So let's say if we get to 17.2K as the top, or I guess in this case the bottom of wave 3, and now we're in wave 4, that would mean we would probably correct to around 25K or something. But my best guess would just be, it would be back testing this broken channel / trend line, and then we'll continue the dump further, and we'll finish off primary 3 into this box zone, which is 13.3 and 10K. It looks pretty bearish, just to be honest. So that's the nested count that I have, and I wanted to push this out to you guys because I think it has a lot of validity. Is that a word, validity? Or a lot of evidence supporting it. And then let's zoom out, take this out, clean it up. Delete that for now. I mean, it's not looking good. Like if I'm looking at this as a bull, like if I didn't know this is inverted, I'll be very bullish on this. It's being supported. There's EMA crossovers. It's crossing the 244 EMA, and it's just pushing stronger. And volume is increasing, which is signs of wave 3. So that's just something to keep in mind, and I wanted to push out that update. I think that's everything I wanted to cover regarding Bitcoin. Let me see if there's a nice pitchfork. I can't tell. I'm more of a channel, just a parallel channel guy, so I'm not as professional in the pitchfork. But yeah, if this count is true, then I will look for 17-ish K to be tagged, and then for deeper, it'll be a deeper wave 4, and then we continue capitulation. So that's Bitcoin. Let's see, how long was that? 9 minutes. Let's go over ETH as well. So ETH, I don't think there's a. I guess you can make the case as for the same thing. I mean, this is just a mess. So don't bother with the low time frame because it's all noise. So let's say put in that primary 1 2, let's say, oh my god, I don't know what this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can also fit in the intermediate one. Let's make this intermediate. It's hard because this one doesn't have the same channel. Yeah, it's weird. Something like this. If I had to guess. Let me go to the non-inverted. I mean, it just looks like shit. It just looks like shit. So let me see if I can find the macro I had. Was this the macro? No. Was Bitstamp the macro? I think it was. Wasn't prepared for this chart. Oh, maybe this is macro. Nope, it is not. Where did I put it? I can't find the macro on it. Nope. Is it Poloniex? I guess it's good enough. Oh my gosh. Alright, whatever. Let me just. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. Okay, so it's Bitstamp. Okay, we can just use this as a macro as well. So it's the same as last week. It can either be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're working on this expanded flat, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's some kind of irregular formation, and by that I mean, okay, so yeah, it's the same thing. So by that I mean like maybe it's an ABC up, right? Or maybe it's like 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this. It looks very. The only problem is that this is weird. That's a weird. Like it doesn't correlate nicely with this wave 2, but I guess not everything's perfect. I guess it's okay. And then let's say that the cycle did finish. So this would be what, cycle 1 or super cycle 1, sorry. And then we're in a super cycle 2, right? And then it's something like that. What is that? Oh, it's a grand, sorry, grand super cycle. This should be, yeah, something like this. And then you don't even need Elliott waves. Just look at it, right? Look at this. The fact that it's breaking this channel is not good. And like I said, you don't need this. You can just see and then put it on. I mean, this is how I do TA, right? So just put it on the higher time frames and mark out your levels. So this is a yearly chart. Right. So this is what I expect. Basically, since this is a yearly level, I expect 720 to hold or give some kind of reaction, and then if this breaks, then it'll most likely come down here. Okay, so expecting 729 to be tagged or some kind of reaction there if it is tagged. Do some kind of back test and then reject and then find some support in this zone. If 128 is lost, then I don't know, it's probably gonna go for like 50, then 14. Right? And then so going off that, if we just go back to, let's go back to inverted. I mean, look at it. It's breaking out with volume. Like this is the most telling sign. That's a wave 3. And when you break all these major trend lines, like break after break after break, and then you get an acceleration. That's not, well, in this case, if this is inverted, it looks very bullish. But when you uninvert it, it's bearish. It's a sign of strength of trend. All right. So let's. In this case, let's say we did put in the 1 2 1 2. What are we expecting? So what we're expecting is, this one's kind of hard because you can't get some accurate targets. Yeah, it already obliterated. But let's see. Yeah, this shit was so shallow. What did I say, 729? Yeah, 729. Something like this is what I would expect if it is a nested 1-2 count, right? We're just gonna have to let price action unfold. But so yeah, that was a Bitcoin and ETH update. Just to recap, the most bearish outcome is that they're both nested 1-2 1-2s, and it's not good that RSI is breaking out or breaking down in this case, and then there's volume to support it. Would not be longing anything right now, and I mean, it's not at the RR right here. It's not good to short either. I would rather just wait to bid one of the big pullbacks, or in this case the bounces. So if you get to like 1400, I'd be interested in starting laddering some shorts and riding it to like 729 or 730 or whatever that level is. I think that's everything. And then yeah, so I would be interested in seeing this tagged. Okay, so that's Bitcoin and ETH. I think it's been 18 minutes. I think that's good enough for today. I'll try to go over the stock market on Sunday because we had some interesting closes. Do I want to do it now? Let me just look. Fuck it, I'll just do it now. Also, anything I say is not financial advice. It's just my opinion on the financial markets. Please seek a trading advisor before you do any trades. Alright, so NASDAQ. Maybe it did put in a 1-2 1-2 as well, but I don't think so because this wave is bigger than this one. So it would be kind of like a degree violation according to my own rule book, or the way I follow like Elliott wave theory. So here I think it's a 1-2. We're finishing up 3, and then we should have some kind of bear market rally soon. But if we look at the weekly, there's no signs of any bottom. Maybe there's a bullish divergence forming, but there's no signs yet. Even if we did bottom, right, it's gonna be choppy like this. It's gonna chop around and then eventually something like that. So I'm not too interested in longs just yet. That's NASDAQ. Long term. Or macro wise, the thing about this that's difficult. So if that's super cycle 1, super cycle 2, cycle 1, cycle 2, primary 1, primary 2, 3, 4, 5, cycle 3, 4, and then we finish cycle 5, and we finish super cycle 3. Alternative is that this is super cycle, or the nut top of the top of the top, then we're fucked. But in this case, I'm expecting at least 8210 to be tagged sometime in the next year, and then we'll look for a bottom around 6.8 or 6K for Nasdaq. Let's go to SPX. This one's a little bit wishy-washy on the macro. Oh, I didn't. Did I do it? Damn, I didn't. I guess I didn't do it. Did I feel like I did it? Alright, yeah. Here you go. So the problem is, if this is super cycle 1 and 2 and the correction is 109 months, then super cycle 4 is going to be another 109 months. So what is that? What is that going to take us? I don't know, like 2030? Jesus Christ. Hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully we have some kind of acceleration channel, or like a quicker recession, a quicker correction. But we'll just take it level by level. But for the bottom, or not bottom, but I'll look for these levels to be tagged at least 3K and 2270. But to be honest, I can see it tagging this lower range around 1850. So that's long term. And then based on the lower time frame, I think it's something like this. Okay, not I mean, it could be an expanding flat. Not expanding flat, sorry, expanding diagonal. It could be something like this. We're gonna have to wait and see, wait for more data points. And if it's not an expanding diagonal, then this is the regular count or traditional count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Expanded flat 2, and we are inside wave 3, and I don't think there's a bottom just yet, just because the weekly looks so fucking garbage. I do think 3520 will be tagged, and if that's tagged, then we can confirm the bear market and macro super cycle correction. So that's what I think is happening on the indices. And something interesting as well, DXY is just chugging along. Just looks like a straight monster, right? I do think 120 will be tagged. If we get past that, then it's very worrisome, but that's just what we have to do. We just gotta take what the market gives us. Probably this is one of the biggest indicators of the bear market. This fucking TNX yield is breaking out long term, and I talked about it multiple times, right? Let's see. No. There you go. This is it. Yeah. This is the biggest telltale that the bear market is coming, right? Acceptance above here and recession confirmed / bear market. So I'm expecting this to tag at least 5.5%, and then eventually 7, and it needs to reject either one of these levels and reject hard, because if it starts getting acceptance like this, then we're screwed. I don't know what to make of it. But yeah, let's see. We can look at this one as well to wrap up this video. So this is the mortgage 30-year fixed rate, and this is really bad because I don't think I've ever seen this. Has never happened in history. But the fact that it's breaking out, and I don't think there's going to be a retest because the Fed sets the rate, so I don't know how they can what, they're going to lower it and then reset it higher. So I don't know how that's going to work unless this works differently off of that. But the way this chart is looking, you can expect mortgage rates to approach 7 and 9% and eventually double digits. And hopefully it'll reject here, because if it gets above here, then no one's gonna fucking buy a house unless you're cash rich. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the financial markets. If you guys found this video helpful, drop a thumbs up, please. Subscribe. If you guys don't already follow me on Twitter, go ahead and hit the follow button. It's at CVO Trades. And I have a Discord service, and it's been going great. Everyone's learning and loving the content. If you're interested in joining, just send me a DM. And beware of scammers. I don't know why people find a time to fucking do this, but I would never DM you asking you for money or giving you some kind of promotion sale. With that being said, have a lovely Father's Day and stack that bread. Peace.